Hello and namaste to dear students and all our valued viewers. You are welcome to Teach Nepal. I am Keshav Rai. Today I am going to present new topics of grade 12 Theory of Consumer Surplus. It is equally important to the students of class 11 as well. Dear all, let me begin today's topics. I hope you will watch the video till the end to get the complete understanding of the lesson. Before I begin, I would like to request you all to subscribe.
Topics consumer consumer surplus. Let's go through the introduction first. Concept of consumer surplus was first developed by A.J. Dupuy in 1844. Later, renowned economist Alfred Marshall refined in his book Principle of Economics. Actually, theory of consumer surplus measures the surplus satisfaction of the consumers. Here, a simple definition is presented. It is actually defined as the difference between the price that the consumer is willing to pay and the price that the consumer actually does pay. Symbolically, consumer surplus is expressed as willing price minus actual price, or CS equal to WP minus AT, where CS represents consumer surplus, WP represents willing price, and AP represents actual price. And definition is given here. Different economists have defined consumer surplus in their own way. Some significant definitions are presented here. Alfred Marshall defines consumer surplus as the excess of price which he would be willing to pay rather than go without the thing over that he actually does pay is the economic measures of the surplus satisfaction. It may be called consumer surplus. This definition is complete definition. Consider very important definition. This definition speaks many things about the theory of consumer surplus. Another simpler definition given by Gregory Mankiw is also presented here. According to him, consumer surplus is the amount a buyer is willing to pay for a good minus the amount the buyer actually pays for it. Both definitions clearly say that when actual price is excess than the actual price, consumer surplus is created. One thing is very clear, to exist consumer surplus, the willing price always should be higher than actual price. If willing price and actual price are equal, there is no existence of consumer surplus. Or if willing price is less than the actual price, in that case also there only be any consumer surplus. But theory of consumer surplus is based on some basic assumptions. Some assumptions are presented here. First of all, theory of consumer surplus is based on the assumption of cardinal measurement of utility. That means utility obtained from the consumption of goods and services are measurable, that can be measured can quantitatively and expressed in number. It is objective phenomenon. This theory is based on this assumption. Another assumption is that consumers are rational. They are always behave rationally. They always have limited resources and they have unlimited wants to be fulfilled. And they try to fulfill maximum needs from the limited resources. Another assumption is here. This theory is based on the law of diminishing marginal utility. That means when a consumer consumes different units of the same commodity, the marginal utility obtained from each additional unit goes on diminishing. It does not remain constant. It does not increase as well. Similarly, marginal utility of money remains constant, though marginal utility obtained from consumption of goods and services goods and diminishing. Marginal utility obtained from money remains constant. It is because money is considered as measuring rod of utility. Since it is measuring rod, its utility is considered constant because when marginal utility of money is considered to be changeable, it can't measure the utility of other goods and services rightly. That's why this theory assumes that marginal utility of money always remains constant. And winning price should be higher than the actual price. Because of this, consumer surplus exists. When willing price is less than the actual price, or when willing price and actual price are equal, in both the cases, there won't be any consumer surplus. Last, not the least, willing price is equal to the marginal utility. Consumers will be prepared to pay the price just equal to marginal utility. For an example, if a consumer is prepared to pay rupees 20,000 to purchase a mobile set, that means the mobile set gives marginal utility equal to the rupees 20,000. These are the some basic assumptions of theory of consumer surplus, and this theory can be further clarified with the example of table. This is a sample table where there are four columns. First column, units of commodity are presented. Second column, willing price. Third column, actual price. And finally, consumer surplus is presented. First unit provides 8 marginal utility. That's why consumer is willing to pay rupees 8. But actual market price is only rupees 4. Since willing price is higher than actual price, their consumer surplus exists. The consumer surplus is 4, which is difference between willing price and actual price. Second unit provides 6 marginal utility. That's why consumer is prepared to pay rupees 6 monthly. But market price is same, rupees 4. Now, consumer surplus exists for second unit also, but consumer surplus decreases. Third unit provides 4 marginal utility. That's the consumer is willing to pay rupees 4. Its market price is still 4. Since willing price and actual price are equal, there is no any consumer surplus. Total willing price is 18 and total actual price is 12. The difference between willing price and actual price is 6. This is the total consumer surplus. This table clearly says that when willing price is higher than the actual price, consumer surplus exists and consumer surplus is the difference between willing price and actual price. Let's go to the diagram. Diagram is attractive way of presentation of subject matter and diagram obviously further clarifies the concept of this theory. In the x-axis, units are measured. Y-axis, willing price is measured, and these are the willing price 2, 4, 6, 8. And this can be said marginal utility as well because marginal utility tends to be equal to willing price. And these are the units. O means origin or 0 means origin. 1, 2, 3. These are the units. First unit gives 8 marginal utility and willing price is also 8. Second unit gives less marginal utility than first unit, which is only 6. Third unit gives 4 marginal utility only. Now, 4 is the market price as well. Okay, that's why this difference between willing price and market price is the consumer surplus. For second unit, this difference between willing price and market price is consumer surplus. For third unit, there is no any consumer surplus because willing price and actual price both are equal. This downward sloping line is the marginal utility curve. It slopes downward because Marginal utility from each additional unit goes on diminishing. This is actual price, which is constant, and actual price is shown by this arrow, and this is the consumer surplus. This diagram clearly shows how consumer surplus will be created, and this can be presented in the simpler diagram also, and we can choose the diagram according to our convenience and time limitation, because during the examination we may have time limitation. If we have lack of time, we can do this simpler diagram also, and in the x-axis units are measured, y-axis marginal utility is measured. This downward sloping curve is marginal utility curve, and it is referred by MU curve, marginal utility curve. This is market price or actual price of the can decide, and this part, this triangular area, this is consumer surplus. Consumer surplus is shown by arrow. This is actual price.